Who's a good puppy? What's up, y'all? Sean here. I go by Taylor Exchange. This is my new puppy, Ragnar. Ragnar is a Labradoodle. He's 10 weeks old and he's super tired. So we were just playing earlier in the backyard and he's been biting up like his monkey. So I'm gonna put him in his kennel. You know, it's probably the best for him and for me to get through this live. But I'll tell you a little bit about the business and how things are going and how this guy has been slowing me down. But that's okay because he's great to have around and it keeps me company. So I'm gonna put him away real quick. There you go, bud. Here you go. Ragnar, get your kennel, bud. Go on. Kennel. Go on. Good boy. Good kennel, bud. All right, cool. Whew. Anyway, what's up, man? So happy to be back, getting in the swing of things. So I was gung-ho to make a bunch of videos, you know, like one a week for this whole year. And then after the second week of 2022, I got sick with the virus that we're not going to talk about. I technically didn't have that virus, but I had the flu, you know, and it might as well have been COVID because it was terrible. And yeah, it took me out of commission. I'm going to bring up, there we go. I'm going to bring that up so I can see like everything going on YouTube too and StreamYard. So I was sick last week. It sucked, you know, the business. Luckily, I had a lot of drafts built up and I think I had like 185. So I push out 30 items per day and I was able to keep up that pace even though I did zero listing for like 4 or 5 days in a row. I just didn't have the energy and I had like the aches and everything. Online Christianpreneur is in the chat. Hey man, hope you are doing great. Thanks, dude. I see your comments. I appreciate them. You're one of the loyal followers, one of the few, but that's to be expected because I don't really put content out. But I really want to turn it around and start doing that for this year. A couple things that involves is one, figuring out how to do it. I mean, like doing YouTube is it's a job in itself. I used to use this ThinkPad. I'll pan over. This is my laptop. This is all I had as a computer goes, and I run my business off of it. And I got some video editing software, Wondershare Filmora 9, and I was doing the whole YouTube thing. Well, the ThinkPad just doesn't have the computing power to process those types of videos. So everything was laggy and it took a long time. And I mean, the videos that I have before on my channel were just painful to make and to edit. But then I upgraded. I got an iMac, which I'm talking to you guys on now, and I got it for $50 at a yard sale. This was back when I was reselling everything. And I remember that same day, I also got a Margaritaville margarita machine, like the big giant ones that they sell at Kohl's for $250 to $300. I bought that for like $60 that day too. So I really came up on the tech, but I didn't know how to use the iMac because when it comes to Apple, like everything's a little different, and I didn't grow up with one, so it definitely is a learning curve. But a buddy of mine put Final Cut Pro on this Mac, and editing is a lot easier. Like I'm not great at it, and I'm still learning it, but it's pretty smooth and pretty basic. So definitely exciting for me. So yeah, let's see. I've got a few things I wanted to talk about that came up recently. My main sourcing day is Wednesday. I go to Dallas Fort Worth Metroplex area and I source all day. I go from 9 a.m. to like 8 p.m. and I pick up around 150 to 200 items. Yesterday, I think I ended up with 189 items and my average buy cost was $3.65. So excellent for me. If you're selling volume like I am, it doesn't really matter like how great the item is because you just want to push so many out that it ends up averaging out. My average profit per item is about $11 to $12, and I sell multiple items a day, and you know I'm able to make like a full-time living doing that. So in the sourcing day yesterday, a few things happened. One, I was approached by a few women, older women that were in the women's top section because I'm starting to try to learn some of those tops because there's just so many of them, and I know I'm passing money by, but There's a lot to learn as far as like the sleeves and the different keywords you need to make that listing. Well, 2 women talked to me and they could tell I had like a huge buggy full of like clothes and they're just asking about reselling and things like that. And both of them were like, they're like, "So do you pay taxes on that stuff, on the money you make?" And I'm just like, "Yeah, I do." Like, I don't want to get in trouble. I don't want to get like audited or thrown in jail for not paying taxes. I mean, it's just a part of like business. And it seems like a lot of resellers are doing this and they're not um, upstanding citizens. It's like they're kind of just like it's the Wild West, and they just want to like be on the sly and like get all these goods and sell it. And I guess you can do that out of your house, and if you want to be that kind of person, but legally you need to, not a tax person here, but you kind of need to follow the law and like pay the taxes. It's part of the problem with this country is a lot of people don't pay taxes. But at one of the thrift stores I went to, it was later in the day. This is like I call them a mom and pop thrift shop. It's the ones that um, they have like a little bit of everything, and they either have like a church program they support or like a shelter that they support. And I don't know if they're technically nonprofits. I haven't talked to them about that exactly, but those types of thrift stores, the prices aren't like outrageous. And usually, if you can get in good with those people, they'll give you discounts or they'll have like, spend $10 this many times and then you'll be able to get some money off, like 50% off the next time. So, this one in particular, I've been going to since the beginning of the year. And one of the managers, she's the one that prices a lot of items. So, she's not like the main manager, but she's probably like the key manager, the third manager on the crew. Well, she was the main manager that day and she saw me, and I'm real friendly every time I go in there. And I tell her, I sell clothes online and I've sold over 100,000 last year and I'm trying to find a lot of items at one time. Well, she actually let me go in the back of that store and look through their items that they hadn't put out. And I was so excited. It was kind of like the holy grail. Like you get to the golden gates and it's just like opens, and you're thinking like there's gonna be everything that, like, I can't believe this happened. And I get there and there's like 4 or 5 racks with like clothes, and the racks weren't big racks. They're like racks that like you'd have in your room if you're running a business and it was just like a small rack. They had like 4 or 6 of those, and then they had a bunch of tubs, like the big giant rolling carts full, like mounted with clothes that hadn't been processed yet. And the ones on the racks are the ones that are going to roll out the next day. So she said I could look through those. I didn't ask to look through like the bins. I mean, it would have made like a mess, I guess. Maybe next time I'll have the courage to do that. But I just wanted to like take what I could get, and I really wanted to buy as much as I could because none of it was priced yet, and they typically price jeans at like 4.99 and at the highest end like 8.99, and then they price shirts. I mean, they've priced shirts at like 8.99 too, so that's kind of like their price structure. But she said, just go ahead and grab anything and we'll bring it to the front and kind of talk about it. And I was like, okay. So I looked through every single garment that I could, and I only bought one item, but I got it here. So let me show you. It's a pretty good one. This is a Polo Ralph Lauren corduroy. It's a green long sleeve button shirt. It's the Blair 2XL, which is a good size. I never really see these corduroy type shirts in Ralph Lauren. So one rule of thumb with Ralph Lauren is they have a bunch of polos, the knit polos. They have the real soft polos. And then if you see anything kind of different in Ralph Lauren, like look it up. A little bit different than just like the business dress long sleeve button ups. If it says like Caldwell on it, or if it's a corduroy, or if it has like the Nautica one next, a little Nautica anchor next to the logo, those are like little things you can look at. And if it has big giant patches, like embroidered patches, like those are things that are a little different within the Polo Ralph Lauren like category that you can capitalize on. So this one I comped it in there. I think it goes for like $50 maybe, and she ended up giving to me for $2.99. So definitely can't beat that. I'll probably list it at $49.99 plus my $8.99 shipping, and it should be a pretty quick sell. Although we're kind of like still in winter, but kind of tailing off a little bit. So that was awesome. I did buy a few more things there, and then at the end of the transaction, she said, "You know what? I'm just going to give you half off on everything." And I was just like, "Oh, okay," because I got my final stamp on like the come 6 times you get like 50% off. And she was like, I'm just going to give you half off and you can use that next time you come in. And then she said, next time next week's actually going to be like a half off day on clothes. So I'm definitely going to go there. These types of business to business relationships, they're kind of tricky. It's almost like going on asking a girl out on a date. Like you only really get one to maybe two times like first impression chances, and you don't really want to screw them up, and you don't want to be cheap. You definitely want to like pay them what they're offering. So the first few times I went in there, I was paying like I think I've spent like 85, like 65, and like another $75, and then they don't have like the volume of clothes that I need per se to make it like a solid source. But if they're able to give me backroom access and things like that, then that's gonna be key in possibly like coming away with like things like the corduroy long sleeve for $3. I mean, it's just like it's kind of easy money, but it's almost like practice as well. I want to go to all the smaller thrift stores, not the franchises like Goodwill and um, Salvation Armies and like the thrift giants here. I want to go to the smaller ones and try to help them move their dead inventory. And um, that's kind of like my plan. So like that's a good little test run, and it helps just to be really nice. And whenever you do see stuff that's there, even if you're not going to make a lot of money on it, try to just push as much money into them as possible. So then they know you mean business. Like you're not going there just to buy like one or two things. But unfortunately that day, like I couldn't buy a lot, but um, she knows I've been buying stuff from there. So, and when it is half off, like they have the half off sale, I'm going to be able to buy a lot of items because a lot of the profit that I'm making is it's like $10 to $12. So I don't need to sell something for that much if I can get it for really cheap. And then you just need to acquire like the database of things that you need to identify quickly and know what you can make on it before you buy it. And you just keep on doing it. So I'll pan over. This is the rack from yesterday. That's 100 and like 90. It's probably like 210 items. I had a few more items uh, that I never got processed because they're just like in the queue. And the way I've been running it is I'll do 40 like tops and then 20 bottoms. And I'll take photographs of 20 tops in a row and then 10 bottoms and then 20 more tops and then 10 bottoms. And then I have 60 sets of photos. And with those photos, I transfer them to the computer and then I try to knock all those listings out. So to do those 60, like I draft them out. To do those 60, it takes me like 3.5 hours, sometimes faster if I'm like hyper focused and sometimes slower. But uh, now that I have the 10-week-old puppy, his name's Ragnar Pupbrook. If you guys are Vikings fans, you'll know Ragnar. He's really tired and he's been making me really tired. So one thing is we're trying to kennel train him, and he's got like a small bladder because he's small right now. So he's been peeing in the middle of the night, and he hasn't peed like in his kennel, thank goodness, but we have to wake up like at least two times in the night to take him out. So not a huge deal, but when he gets bigger, he'll be trained up and uh, pretty much just be able to like leave him in the kennel whenever I need to go to thrift stores. And then on Wednesday, he's kind of in the kennel most of the day because my wife, she works 8 to 5. Excuse me. She works 8 to 5, and then I go thrifting all day Wednesday, and I don't come back till late. So it's a little tricky to have the dog, but we're trying to start a family, and we thought that uh, it'd be good to show puppy. Cassie wants to see the puppy. All right, he's really tired. He's sleeping, but I will show the puppy. Come on, Ragnar. People want to see you, buddy. Come on. Oh, he's not feeling too good. He's tired. Here he is. Say hi, Ragnar. This is Ragnar Pupbrook. He's a 10-week-old Labradoodle. The way that we got him was my neighbors got his brother, who they named Simba, and he was the run of the litter. I'm gonna put him back. He's just too tired. Say goodbye, Ragnar. Say goodbye, Ragnar. Say goodbye, Ragnar. He's got that new puppy smell too. Go on, buddy. Take a nap. Yeah. It's nice. He's been into it today, man. Thank you, Cassie B. He's been he's just like he likes to eat sticks and like bark in the backyard. Not bark, but like eat like pieces of the tree bark and the wood splitting pile stuff. So I don't know if I should get like the vinegar spray or whatever, but he wants to like put it in his mouth and then run around. And I don't want to chase him because I don't want to create like a game. I just want him to go out there and go to the bathroom, and I want to play fetch with him, but he's still too much puppy to train all that well. But yeah, he makes my life a little bit better because reselling is a really lonely game. Like I said about my process earlier, I do those 60 photos. I knock all those listings out. When I do photos, I listen to YouTube and I listen to some music or like live streams, kind of like this. I actually created this one because I thought maybe there's some people out there that want to listen to like a longer form talk of a full-time reseller rather than just like an awesome video where the cuts are all fast and it's just like, it's almost like reading, the difference between like reading a magazine and then reading like a small story, if you guys are readers. So I'm going to try to provide some of that. And Cassie says he'll grow out of being, yeah, that's true. That's true. You just gotta be patient with him. I just don't want him to choke. I don't want him to eat a stick and then like him not break it down enough and choke. So if you didn't know, dogs don't have gag reflexes. So if they do eat something they're not supposed to, you can stick your hands like pretty far into their mouths and they don't really have a problem with it. And it can kind of save them if they do have an issue like that. But yeah, he's total puppy though. I mean, he's a joy. So yeah, as a full-time reseller, it's pretty lonely. Like when I go to thrift stores, sometimes I talk to people more than I should because it wastes time, but I like talking to people. I created the YouTube channel because I learned how to resell from people like Lot of Josh, and he was one of the main ones I watched. And I watch Chris with Daily Refinements just because he's kind of doing just a lot higher level, and that's kind of where I want to be and create this to a point where I can just pass it off to some other people to run the business and I can just kind of chill out. And yeah, so now I got a dog to take care of, which my wife, so she works full time, and on Wednesdays is the one day that I work like bell to bell. I work from 8 all the way till I come back at 10:30 at night because I'm sourcing. I got to find all this stuff and I hand pick it all, and it's just what we do. So she said yesterday, today's Thursday, she said last night, she was like, man, it was tough having Ragnar. He was just all over the place and he peed in the house because I couldn't keep an eye on him and all this stuff. And I was just kind of like, that's how it is every day with me dealing with him, So she was just like, oh yeah, that's true. So it's a love, it's one of those things. It's a trade-off, you got to put in like the work to get the reward of a super loyal trained dog. It's just right now you got to enjoy the puppy and then protect him and not let him chew up all your inventory. Like I had him earlier and he was just like biting on the clothes. I was like, Ragnar, stop biting on stuff, man. Like it was crazy. So I'm probably going to incorporate some more Ragnar into my videos. I want to do videos. I think I'm going to do like definitely a video on Thursday. So Thursday, it took a little bit of time, maybe like 2 hours just to detag and like fold and line things up as far as the clothes go. And that's, I'm usually a little tired from doing all the stores on Wednesdays, and then I come Thursday and I do this. So I'm probably gonna do a little bit of a video on Thursday. I'll probably pick like one aspect of the business and maybe share like some of the things I got. And a question for people that are watching or people that are gonna watch later, because there's 3 of you in the chat, which I appreciate it. But how much inventory do you buy that you actually keep? Because I keep quite a bit of mine. I mean, at least one item each week that I go and find stuff I'm gonna keep. Cassie says, my dogs are in the new inventory. Your dogs are the inventory inspectors, the quality control. Yeah. I mean, it'd be fine if he just inspected it, but he likes to chew on everything, man. Like every single thing. But one cool piece of inventory that I got was a pair of Lululemon shorts. These are a men's pair of shorts. You can see right here. Let's put it up to the camera. Yeah. Oh, not focusing. Here's the tag here, though. So these black shorts are pretty awesome. One, because they're really valuable. Because Lululemon is super high end, and I don't know about like super high end. They're pretty high end, and the men's is a little more rare, I think, and a little bit more valuable, I think, than the women's. And this is a size medium, so I'm gonna try these on later in the week, and hopefully I can. Hopefully they feel real good. So that's a cool thing. I pick up a lot of like Under Armour shorts. I pick up, I guess I pick up some athletic wear. I pick up golf wear. I pick up jeans, men's, women's jeans. I pick up men's shorts. And anytime I see something in my size that's like really nice, I usually try to like, I try to keep myself from like trying it on while I'm taking photos. Like if I'm taking photos, sometimes I'll stop and I'll just like try it on. I'm trying to like just put it in a pile and then maybe at the end of the week, like try on those pieces. And then if I do decide to keep one of those pieces, I go into my closet and I pick one item that I need to put back into the store because I don't want to just keep buying things for myself. Like I need to keep selling things to make money. The Cassie B says, I collect specific things, just not everything. Yeah. So yeah, whenever I sold everything, I used to be like an everything store. I liked the video games because I liked when the cases were clean. I liked when it was like a rare game or something. I would keep it and I wanted to have one of every system and all this stuff. And then I realized I just have a bunch of stuff like, um, but what's cool is like most of that stuff, the value should be pretty solid. You know, it's not like it's going to really tank that much, but we have like some GameCube stuff that's pretty rare. We have a Mario Kart 64 in the box. So I bought like box sleeves for that. And that's pretty dope. And then, you know, my wife has a N64, the Pikachu edition, actually, because she worked at GameStop and she's been in love with video games like most of her life. So she got that and we have that. So we could always boot that thing up and play Mario Kart if we wanted to. So that's the one thing about reselling is you come across some really cool things that a lot of people pay big money for. And that's kind of why you can make money selling it because, you know, it's hard to find and we're the ones that are going out there and finding it. So pretty cool. Yeah, I don't know if Christianpreneurs in here still or Cassie B. Like, what are some of the things you guys sell? Do you sell a little bit of everything or do you sell in one category? Do you sell part-time or do you sell full-time? I mean, it's let's see, it's 4:47. So I guess some people would be getting off work right now. Excuse me. I probably should have got a glass of water before I started. But yeah, so a little bit of like I don't know. I think I titled it uses puppy to get views. So it's a little bit misleading with the title, but you know, I thought it'd be funny and then I thought it would also be something that whenever I look back I can show Ragnar his puppy self on YouTube and then he can see, you know, how he was and that's what I like about YouTube too. So most everyone has a Facebook. Facebook will keep your photos and then it has your memories and it'll say, you know, 6 years ago you did this. Like I've thought about YouTube for a while that if I kind of get the not necessarily courage, but put the effort into recording like what I'm doing, then whenever I have kids and grandkids, they can kind of have a video evidence or just have like a little piece of me that they can look back on. Cause I used to always think like, well, how did my dad sound whenever he was in his 20s and 30s? Like, you know, I'm 30 years old now and he's kind of been pretty much the same. And maybe he was how he is now, just, you know, in better shape and with less hair. But I don't know. I think maybe everyone should have a YouTube channel. I think everyone should have their own business too, whether it's a giant business or a small business. But like, you know, you are your own brand, you are your own person, and if you can provide something for other people, then that's cool, you know. And as a reseller, we're able to provide for a lot of people. So, Cassie B, I sell a lot of stuff part time, mostly plush and toys. That's a pretty cool category. Um, most everything would be first class shipping, which the shipping is getting outrageous. I mean, it seems like everything is like $5 when it's first class, you know, like some it's 4 or whatever. It's got to be like under like the 8-ounce mark for it to be in the 3s, but that's part of it. So I've definitely I definitely take note of that. And I've been buying more like tops because you can store a lot more and they're a little faster to photograph than jeans. I do the 4 measurements with jeans, and jeans cost more to ship and they cost more to store and they take up more space. So right now it's wintertime. So the jeans have been a little harder to find. They have been priced up. I don't know if that's because of the like inflation going on everywhere, but jeans, like if I see like an American Eagle pair of jeans, just a standard jean, it'll be priced at some thrift stores at like $14.91, and others it'll just be priced at like $8.99. And then in my thrift store their jeans are priced at $3.99. I live in a town of 100,000 people, so much smaller than the bigger cities, and I can really capitalize whenever I can get my hands on those jeans. It's just we don't have that many high-end like department stores. I mean, we probably don't have any high-end department stores, but we have like your American Eagle and your mall brand type stuff, and those are the things that ends up at the thrift store. Like we do have Shepherd Air Force Base at my town, so that is a draw for um, people from all over the country, and they bring their stuff, and a lot of them will donate like their winter wear or things that they can't wear in this climate. So you can find some good brands there, but um, the one advantage I have is the thrift stores are cheap, but there's only two really good thrift stores in my town. There's a lot of consignment and boutique stores, and those are some of the places that I think I need to go talk to about buying their like dead inventory, things that they can't move, that they're either asking too much or that's just been sitting, because I think those people just want new things in their store. I haven't really branched out too much. I talked to one like down the street from my house, and she was saying like it's one of those things where whenever they have something priced at like $4 or $5, they're like, "Yeah, it's only $5.99. I mean, that's a good price." I'm like, "Look, I'm not wearing your Old Navy Rockstar jean. I'm just trying to buy it to sell it. Like, I don't want to pay $6 to have it. Like, I want to pay $1 to $2 to have it." And that $4, it does make a difference if you're only going to profit $8 to $10. I mean, that's 40 to 50% profit. So you definitely have to keep cost of goods low, but maybe the trick is spend a lot of money with them a couple times and then see if they'll ease up on the price of those goods. And then maybe I can go in my town and make like a quick lap of maybe 2 or 3 hours and come away with like 100 or 200 items, because right now I have to go to the bigger city and I have to spend all day hunting for it. And it's pretty taxing, but it's pretty easy too. I mean, I sell the same things over and over again. I see them all the time. And I used to think like, "Oh, I'm gonna go to the thrift store and not be able to find anything." But when you sell clothes, there's always gonna be clothes. Like I used to do a lot of shoes, but I got tired of cleaning shoes. I'll still pick some up and I throw them in my spare bathroom in the tub. And then whenever there's a lot in the tub, my wife yells at me, and then I decide to clean them all at once. And then they sit on my clothing rack here, which I'll show you. They'll sit somewhere on the clothing rack. Like right now, I just got two up there. Those are a pair of can you see? Those are a pair of Sorel, like Sherpa lined slippers, and then it's a pair of Crocs up there too. So I picked those up because they're two pretty good brands, and the Crocs were camo. So I really only pick up camo Crocs. I don't really pick up any of the other ones. The camo ones for men, they can go for $30-$40, and if they have the Velcro on the heel of the camo Crocs, those can go for quite a bit of money too. So camo Crocs, definitely want to look out for. The thing about shoes that like I love and hate, what I love about shoes, I'll talk about that first. I love taking a pair of shoes that somebody's discarded at the thrift store, that they grew out of, or that they feel like they ran through, and then you clean it up and then it looks like a brand new shoe again. Like, I don't know if you guys had a ton of shoes growing up, but like my mom would buy two pairs of shoes for me and my brother, and we'd have to wear them all year. We had a play pair and then like a nice pair. And then typically, excuse me, the play pair would wear out and then the nice pair became the play pair. And then you'd buy another two and then try to save it. But your foot grew. So sometimes you couldn't do that. And yeah, so the shoes, like then you get the shoes, then you take all your photos are real nice. And then shoes sell really fast. The only thing is they are a little bit bigger to store, and to ship, you got to get a little creative. I usually ship them in the large envelope mailer, which some post offices frown upon that. You can also do the box in a bag with, or just like in the bag, poly bag for pirate ship. You can ship shoes that way and save, but you're going to pay a little bit more for shipping. But the shoes sell really fast. I just really didn't want to clean a bunch of shoes because most of them need to be cleaned if you're doing like common shoes. I did a lot of like running shoes. I would do hiking shoes. I would do boots. There's a lot of boots here in Texas. We have a lot of we have Cavender's, which is a Western store. They have Ariat and things like that. So I'm gonna try to like pan down. There we go. I feel like I was just too low on the screen. Yeah, these are like little YouTube tricks I don't really know about, but I feel like that looks like a little bit better. So I'm using the toner mic. The toner mic, I was using it on my laptop when I used to do my YouTube videos whenever I started. And then I couldn't figure out how to get it to work on my Mac. So I was just using the, excuse me, the GoPro. And the GoPro mic, like, man, I'm like thirsty. It's because I haven't talked this much and like I don't even know. The GoPro, I don't really know how to use like a good mic. So I thought about recording on my phone while filming with the GoPro and using like a lapel mic, but then I'd have to like sync and like dub my own video. And I didn't really want to learn how to do that. So I was like, let me just go back to using the toner mic. Figured out how to do the settings for the Mac, got the toner mic to work. So hopefully it sounds decent. I know my last video, some people said it sounded like it was underwater and that stinks, but it's a learning thing, you know. I didn't start reselling and just know how to do it really well, you know. It took a lot of trial and error. Like I once spent $45 on a baseball bat that I ended up selling for $55, and I took a loss on that because the bat cost a little bit of ship. And that's just like it's like a growing pain, you know. So YouTube is definitely a growing pain for me too. But stream of thought like lives and things like that, it's better for me because whenever it comes to like doing a pre-recorded video, you got to like have a plan and it's kind of got to make sense. So I'd almost like to just excuse me, I like to just get it all out there and kind of like feed off of whatever is going on in the chat or like just whatever I'm thinking about. So the Cassie B, do you source at garage sales at all? So I'm gonna get all these coughs out before the end of the live. But let me address Cassie's question. So I used to always source at garage sales. A couple of my videos, I would take the GoPro and I, excuse me, I would go to the garage sale. I would try to have a funny interaction. I like talking to people. I try to make them laugh or joke with them about their prices and things like that. And whenever I got into clothes, I didn't know I didn't know a lot about clothes. So like at garage sales, I would have to kind of look up on my phone. And with clothes, there's so many and like it's really hard to do. So this summer though, when I go to garage sales, I'm gonna absolutely wreck when it comes to clothes. Like I think if I pull up to some garage sales and I see that maybe the neighborhood's nice or I'll see like one or two brands, I may tell them like, hey, how much for all the clothes? I'll give you $150, $200 right here because um, it does not take me long to take photos of clothes. It does not take me long to process it, and my inventory system is really on point. So for me, I just need to get items into my hands and into this bedroom so that I can do the photos and knock them out. So yeah, I will be sourcing at garage sales. The only thing about garage sales, I don't know about your town, but my town, a lot of resellers have weekly garage sales. So I need to create like a yard sale death list of resellers that are in my town that I don't want to go up to their house. And usually what happens is I'll see the signs on the streets and everything, and then I'll go to it and I'll see like the house. I'm just like, like I just like get frustrated. I drive an F-150 and gas is expensive, and I don't want to like see these people's house and know that they have a bunch of garbage there that they're trying to pawn off to other people. Like I don't want to go to those sales. I want to go to the just people trying to get rid of stuff. So yeah, I'll be going to garage sales a little bit. And me and my wife, we like going to garage sales. She likes looking for stuff, and we buy things for our nieces and nephews. And garage sales is a great place to find good quality items. I mean, it's a good place to source. I mean, you really, I always tell myself like, no one's going into a garage sale with like the intention of spending like more than $20. Typically, they're not trying to spend any money because the people selling it, if they have anything worth, that much money, they're usually going to sell it themselves. So what ends up happening is they have a high value item and their perceived value of it at that point in time is low. It's like $5 or $10. So you'll come across these really nice things that the value of, and then your goal is to knock them down a couple bucks. Because I mean, who doesn't go to a garage sale like and not like haggle? That's like part of the fun. And the person running it, they almost like know it's going to happen, and a lot of them a lot of them dread that situation, but like I embrace it. I thrive on it. Like I love analyzing how these people are feeling. Like I used to watch The Mentalist as a kid, and there's something about that show where he would like use all his like brain to like figure out just the inflection in your voice or like different ways to kind of like get what you want. And it's a great thing. I love interacting with people. That's one thing that hurt about quitting my job. Is just like being by myself all the time. So I want to kick up YouTube so I can talk to more people like you and for you other resellers out there, so you can like listen to something while you're doing your photos and Yeah, we'll have more Ragnar when he's not tired. I actually need to honestly, I probably should be working. This is like the first time he's slept for like an extended period of time all day. He's been really at it. So, um, anyway, I feel like coming on a live though, so I can do what I want. I work for myself, right? The Cassie B says, not many resellers having sales in my area. I run into people who buy pallets of returns more often. Made good money of the stuff they didn't think was worth anything. Yeah. I've seen that too. Whenever you come across them and they have like 600 Tide soaps in like a travel size, and you're just like, how's that pallet treating you? You know, and you just kind of feel bad for them. But yeah, there's a lot of ways to win. And garage sales is definitely got that. It gets my heart pumping. Like when I go to it, I feel like I need to like run. Like I need to like get out there and I need to like see what I can find. Shane, flipping agent, what's up, man? It's good to see you. I love the shades in that photo, dude. Yeah, it's been a while, man. It's been tough, dude. So, just a little recap if you guys don't know. Last summer uh, yeah, I guess it was last summer, 2021. My grandma actually passed in June, and I was working for a company, a small company. Well, small. They had like 2 to 4 million in revenue a year, but they did not pay me 2 to 4 million. They paid me like a little bit of money, like it just wasn't a lot. So I was working really hard for them for 3 years, and then my grandma passed, and I took a day off. I just needed to like help my grandpa and my parents and figure out what we're going to do with like, a lot of their estate. And my grandpa is one of those who he never paid any bills himself, and he didn't know how to do everything, and he was overwhelmed. So my boss, he told me that the grandmothers, they're not immediate family, and he doesn't do paid leave for that. And I said, okay, that's fine. I had this business on the side, and I said, I don't need any money. I just need the rest of the week. I was like, I really need to take this time, and maybe I would have settled with 3 days or something, but he didn't counter. He didn't even respond. It's like he just left me hanging. And the next day I just went in there and I was like, dude, I quit working here. And I tried to do my 2 weeks, but then my one like I was in a technician shop doing the copier repairs. We would go to different businesses and repair the issues and order the parts and do all that stuff. I only had one coworker with me, and we had hundreds of customers, and he was so mad that I was quitting. And he pissed me off, and I was like, dude, fuck. I was like, I'm done with this. I really can't be around you guys. You're so negative and hateful. And I did like the boss. He was a good guy, but he was too cheap. And um, he didn't have, he didn't have proper structure of his business. And I don't think that's right. After going out on my own and kind of seeing how it is, like a lot of people are just really greedy. And I was tired of making somebody else a millionaire. Like I want to be that person, I don't want to, um, I don't want to just like work and work and work. And then, you lose a grandmother and she's like not immediate family. Like, what if I didn't have a mother and she was like my mother? Like, would that still not be immediate family because the title is grandmother? Like, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. So I don't know. We could have came to an agreement, but it just didn't work. And I had planned on quitting January 1 of this year, and that's just because my store I had just switched to clothes. I wasn't making like enough money to really replace that income. I mean, I was making pretty good money, but now I'm making much more because I'm all in on eBay. I'm a reseller. I buy and sell clothes on eBay. So that's the things that I like to do. It's the things I like to talk about, and it seems like the possibilities are endless. I just need to kind of keep on doing what I'm doing and build up enough money, have a big enough store. If you guys, my store, I have 2,400 ish items. And, like yesterday I had 25 sales. It was 640 something dollars in sales, and I profit like 35 to 40%. It's not quite 50% like a lot of people doing hard goods and other things like that. But with clothes, it's a little bit smaller on the margins, and you know, it's pretty good money. It's pretty good. I did 115,000 in sales last year, and this year I'm projected to do 175,000. Maybe that 200,000 mark. So I definitely can work with that. I can buy enough dog food for Ragnar, which he's in this kennel right now. I apologize if you guys want to see him. You'll have to watch like the beginning. He was out for like 30 seconds or whatever, but he's just really tired and he needs to chill out in his kennel. I can tell when he's cranky. He does more like bad behavior. Whenever he's like rested and fed, he's like he operates better. But right now he just needs to sleep. He's a cranky pup, man. So yeah, I'm not gonna go like crazy long on this. We're coming up on 40 minutes. I might go an hour. I don't know. I've got 3 people like 3 people in a live is pretty solid. I haven't really put much content out or anything, but maybe some people will stumble across this and be able to play it in the background and kind of like get on with their business and hear somebody talk for more than like, I like the videos. I like the garage sale videos. I mean, I loved watching them in the beginning, but now it's kind of like if I see another like thrift haul of stuff, I don't want to do that. I mean, one, it doesn't really benefit. I guess it benefits people watching if you do a thrift haul, but it's more so like a sales video. If you see like actual sold comps, that really benefits people. But I don't really want to like, if I even told 10 people that were like hard charging like resellers and they started buying the same 10 or the same like types of items that I am, I mean, you can flood a market pretty quick. You can really saturate it and that would hurt my business. So I don't really want to do that. Um, then again, I don't think many people are trying to like make such little money on a lot of items because it's a pain. I mean, if you're not squared away and you're not like fast with how you ship your items, like 25 items could take people forever, but I only ship in 3 to 4 different methods. It's either a small poly bag like this one here. I think it's a 10 by 13. And then I do the 2 different mailers for the envelopes. I do like the small one and then I do the much larger one. And then if something's like really big, I'll put it in one of these giant poly bags. I don't really remember the size. I think these are 19 by 14 or something like that. And then if it's even bigger, then sometimes I'll use 2 of those and kind of like sandwich them together. I packed this giant bag of jeans. It was 7 pairs of jeans. I had a customer who lives in the Virgin Islands, and this person's been messaging me like since they found my store and realized that I accept offers. They were sending like really low offers, which I have a lot of items that are old and that I didn't list well. I didn't take good photos of, and I'm really trying to just like get them out. So if it was listed at $14.99 plus shipping and that person offered 10, I would accept it. So they sent like 12 offers of like 10 or 15 or like $18 on these jeans plus the shipping. And then there's reduced shipping if you buy more than one item. Well, that person had all these and then they said they had paid for it, right? So it was ready to be shipped. And they spent like 180 or something like that dollars. And then whenever I had already packed it up, they said, "Hey, I want to take 3 of those out and switch them with these other 3." And I was just like, dude, I don't think I can even do that. So I was like, I think I just need to cancel the order and then I'll, have to relist them. And then you can make your offers again. Well, then they started offering on my more expensive jeans and they still were offering $10. And I kept countering with like 20. And so I was like, dude, I paid like $8 to $10 to get that like Ariat jean or whatever. And they're just like, "Oh, well, you were accepting them earlier." I'm like, dude, come on. He's like, and he goes, "I'm going to be a solid buyer for you. If I can get them for this cheap, I just need to get them for like this price." And I said, "Look, I understand that, but I can't just lose money on these jeans." So he ended up making another order of 7 jeans. I got that shipped out to him, which through pirate ship, it was like $12 for 7 pairs of jeans. I think it was, I had it written down here. It was 9 pounds, 7 ounces, and it was 14 by 9 inches. And it was $12 and some change to ship that to the Virgin Islands. Like, that's pretty dope. So I made quite a bit of money on that one, and hopefully they'll come back next week and buy like more of my old inventory. And I'm talking like old Levi 505s that are, that's a flooded category in the Levi section. You're definitely going to want to look for like the better Levi's, and that's like the silver tab or the vintage or some of the better cuts too. But yeah, and oh my gosh, he was just like, "Did you ship them out yet?" And he had paid for them yesterday at 9:30, and I ship everything before 8 a.m. every single day. And I do that for a couple of reasons, which I'll explain. But I had to explain to that guy that no, it'll be shipped out the next day. And then right when I woke up this morning, it was like, I think it was like 6:45. I had just had coffee and was kind of getting going and getting Ragnar taken outside and things like that, my dog. And he goes, "Hey, have you packed them up? Are they out yet?" And I was like, dude, maybe the times are different. Maybe the time zone's different. So he didn't know, but I was just like, dude, that's probably exactly what it is. I may look that up. What is the Virgin Island time zone? Like, island time zone. Time now. I'll do time now to figure out. So it's 7:10 now. So yeah, okay, that's perfect. So 7:10 and it's what? 5:10. So 2 hours. So he probably thought it was like past the 8 o'clock that I told him. So yeah, I guess that makes sense. But Excuse me. I don't know how you guys handle it, but whenever people send me like multiple messages on eBay, I feel like I have to respond to them, but then I feel like they just want to talk to somebody. I'm like, dude, this isn't AIM instant messenger. Like I'm not shooting messages back and forth, but then it's like I don't want to neglect him and I want to answer all his questions, but he left me with a few messages saying, "Hey, can you look out for these specific shorts? Can you look out for this cut of Levi's?" I think it was like the 502s or 512s. And I was just like, "I'll do what I can." Like I post, I post every day. It just kind of depends on what I find. So that was pretty cool. If you can have a couple people that buy from you multiple times the month, like repeat buyers, those are good ways to make money. It's going to be like real consistent source of income there. So the post office. I don't know how your guys' post office are, but mine are like Jekyll and Hyde. Like one of them, and it's the closest one to my house. It's literally like I could throw a baseball and hit it. It's like it's right across like this one street, and well, two streets, but they are the worst. And it's one of the retail type locations. So if you guys didn't know, post offices have um, different categories of post offices. Like some are federal post offices, some are like hub post offices, and some are like these franchise. I don't know if it's even a franchise. It's like a retail store type one. It's like every time they're trying to upcharge you, they're trying to get you to ship it like faster. You want a signature, you want all this, and I'm just like, I just need you to scan them and just take them and scan them. Like that's all I need you to do. And then of course, as a volume seller, I have 10, 15, 20, 30. I mean, after a long weekend, I can have like 60, 70 items. And they just get the biggest like eye roll of like, oh, they're like, all right, John, I got to go to the bathroom, and I'm just like, dude, there's 17 people in line, and it's in a more populated area. So like, I'll get there. I think I got the last time I went there, I was 10 minutes early and I was number six in line, six or eight. And I was just like, Jesus, dude. Like, and they don't open till 9 o'clock. So the post office in the downtown area, they're more of like, it's like the oldest post office in our town. And there's something different about them. They do like the passports. They do just other stuff, So that's the one that I go to, and they open at 7:30. So Cassie says her post office is extremely so. Yeah. Well, try all of them. I mean, there's like four in our town, and it's only 100,000 people. So four or five actually. We don't have a hub one. Everything that we put to the post office has to go to Dallas, and then Dallas sends it onward. So if I lived in Dallas, I could take it to the main post office, but who knows what the line is in that post office? Like it could be nuts. But um, oh, the service is slow. Yeah, it's just like they're collecting a check sometimes. But the ones in my downtown area, all of them are friendly. All of them understand. And I even told them, like, I told the ones I spent $20,000 on shipping labels this last year, and this next year I'm going to sell even more. So I'll probably be at like 30,000. So I told the one that's slow for me, I was like, look, I'm your best customer, man. I spend all kinds of money here, and you guys treat me terrible. Like the main thing that they say is, oh, either just drop them off, we'll get to them, or we'll scan them before the day. And I'm like, no, I need them scanned now because what if they forget? Then I have 1 day or no, yeah, not same day, but I have 1 day handling, and I want it scanned every single morning. And what it does to the store, in my opinion, is eBay sees, all right, another bunch of sales that day. He got them all scanned before 8 o'clock, and then I list my items after that. I launch my 30 drafts, and I get sales. I mean, I get sales every day, and I love it. But when the post office people say they don't want to scan it, like it's in their handbook that their rules are to greet the customer and to scan the items. Like that's like in their rule book. So, and then it's like you got to play the game with them. So downtown at the one I go to, I'm always happy. I always talk to them. I know them. I've talked to them every day for the last 2.5 years, and they're good people. So if you treat people right, you expect that kind of return. They work hard, they don't mess around, and they scan everything. The other ones, it's almost like you're burdening them because you're bringing 15 packages. And I'm like, dude, that's like 100 something dollars in labels, like, or, whatever, 80, $100. Like, just deal with it. Like, just do the scanning. So I don't really want to go on a big rant about that. I just feel like they just need to take that negativity somewhere else. Like, I just need to get my items to the customer. Like, that's y'all's job. So Enough with the post office, though. I mean, the rates are going up and up and up. I eventually think they're going to kind of like flatten out. I don't know if they'll ever go down. People don't typically go down with prices, but maybe Amazon becomes a competitor. I did hear this from someone at the post office that Amazon is trying to like create some sort of like a fleet that they could be like the post office and compete with them like that. So that would be pretty dope. And maybe that would drive the post office to have to lower the prices to compete with Amazon. But hopefully Jeff Bezos doesn't like start ruling like a warlord and like changing. I mean, he's just really powerful guy, you know. He kind of it's a little scary, you know. I mean, but you know, he won't live forever unless he like figures out how to clone himself. I mean, imagine that, right? Uh, Jeff Bezos clones himself to a mini me Jeff Bezos, like a Jay Bezos, you know, like an alter ego of himself. Like that'd be true. That'd be a trip. Yeah, my dog's sleeping right now. It's so sweet when he sleeps. I love that he's liking his kennel. So one thing we did to kennel train him, I don't know if you guys have had puppies or dogs, but I like to feed him his meals in his kennel. So he's associating the kennel with like happiness of food because that's one of the happiest times. And I was thinking about this morning, and I was going to make a video about it, but I need to write down video ideas and then like actually make one. But he's very happy after he eats. And it's usually like 15 minutes after he eats. So after that initial like fullness, it's like he has the most energy. And then after he takes a poop. So after he poops, it's like he knows he just dropped weight and he just wants to run. Like I don't know what it is about him, but those are the times that he's most excited. And then when my wife gets home from work, like he's really excited to see her because she's the snuggler. You know, she'll snuggle on him. I'll snuggle with him a little bit, but I typically just want to play fetch with him because I like throwing the ball and stuff. So um, he don't really want to like bring it back. But he's 10 weeks old. I mean, what can you expect out of like a 10-week-old anything, you know? But yeah, he's just in there. So all right, I think I'm gonna wrap this up. I appreciate you guys that hung with me and like hearing what I have to say. If you guys if you have any questions like on reselling, like maybe I'd be able to help you, maybe not. I have been doing this a little while and I really enjoy it. So I'm going to try to do some videos. I want to do once a week. Like I was sick, you know, and it sucked. It was definitely the flu. It took me out of commission. I almost felt like I was dying. Like whenever you get sick, it just feels like you're just losing your life force, you know? So I'm feeling a little better. I definitely have like a little bit of cough, but that's also probably because I talked a lot and I didn't have any water for this stream. I got 2 cups of water back there, the blue waters. So you know, I probably need to drink more of that. But hey, I appreciate you guys. I'll bring Ragnar out one more time just because he's asleep and it'll like kind of cap off the live. Come on, buddy. Come here. Come on, buddy. Come here. Come on, Ragnar. Come here, buddy. That's a good boy. That's a good boy. That's a good boy. Say goodbye to everybody, Ragnar. Say boy. Good boy, Ragnar. Good boy. Look at him. He's so sweet. He's so sweet. All right. I'm going to take him outside because he typically likes to pee like right after his nap. So I'll catch you guys later. Bye.